Hello, my friends. We're going to make the passing the energy to the microcosmic orbit of someone else. I would like to say that this is a complete therapy because these 14 points of the microcosmic orbit, they contain almost all the sexual history, the emotional, and the religious or spiritual memory in the history of the person, and will release, unblock all the things that need to be healed or I no sé.
Or released.
Or released. Hello, my friends. We are going to make now the passing the energy for helping someone else to open the microcosmic orbit, and these points that we are going to stimulate. We can say that they have all the history of the sexual, emotional, religious, or spiritual memory in the body. So it's very therapeutic, this passing the energy. So to start with, we stand in front of the person that we are going to help to open the microcosmic orbit, and we take out the permissions, as we say. So in order to do that, we ask the person to inhale light, exhale tension down to the earth to be transformed, inhale health, exhale all kinds of sicknesses down to the earth, also to be transformed, inhale love, exhale gratitude, and by doing that, we contact with our higher being, and my higher being ask permission to the higher being of the person in front. We can visualize like a little star above my head gets in contact with a little star above the head of the person, and we ask permission to help this person to open the microcosmic orbit. And if that person agrees, then
Yes, I agree.
Yes, I agree. If the person stays in silence, we can say, well, I interpret your silence as a yes. So in order to get the permission of the higher being. So remember that this technique, if you are sexual partners, then the ideal is to do it naked and using the oil, massage oil, remember, without any chemical for a smell, specific smell. It's better to do it just with coconut oil or almond oil or whatever, but without any chemical. So we once we have the permission, we can stand in one side of the person. If we are right-handed, then we use the right hand to move the energy. If we are left-handed, then we use the left. So with the hand that you feel more energy. And this point, Laokung, we put it in the point 20 governor. And with the other hand, we are going to stimulate the sacrum. In order to stimulate the sacrum, if it is a sacrum, we stimulate in the sense of the clockwise. And then using the tip of the fingers and the phalanges. And then, if this is the coccyx, this is the sacrum, remember that has 4 holes in each side, makes 8 holes in this sacrum. We stimulate like with intention of unblocking the 8 holes. And then once we feel that it's warm, we're going to stimulate the coccyx with the middle finger and trying to make a spiral, energy spiral, traveling all the way back to the crown. So we start like this, and it is said that this stimulation of the sacrum will awake Kundalini energy. So we are going to do it because this is just a demo. we are going to do it just a little bit, but in your home, you can spend like 5 minutes in each point, and you will see that it's amazing, the effect of this passing of energy. So once we feel that it's warm, the sacrum, then look for the coccyx and stimulate the coccyx, like sending a spiral of energy to my other hand, so that it's precisely the governor 20 is the crown point of acupuncture. So in order to do, so the person that it's passive is not so passive because it's making the microcosmic orbit. Inhale, contraction of the anus, vagina, lift the energy to the crown, exhale, release, and go back to the to the perineum. So by doing this, at least 9 breathings, it will wake up the Kundalini energy. 3, inhale, lift, exhale. 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. Remember that if you put soft music to help the person to get into a meditation state, we release. When we release the energy, in order for us to don't get the sick energy, what we call the chi, we exhale. When we exhale, we send the energy to the ground to be transformed. The ground, Mother Earth, absorbs all the negative energy. So now we look for the point Migmen, which is just behind the navel. So we stimulate with the tips of the finger, with the phalanges, and to begin, when we feel that it's stimulated enough, we put Lao Kung, and then the middle finger will touch the point that we already activated before. So in order for us to create like kind of a light hose, like some of you have seen those lights, that they are hose of light with some spotlights in each point. So in this way, this section is already illuminated. We send the negative energy to the ground, exhaling always. Then rub again to generate new energy. We look for the solar plexus and just in the point behind. Stimulate that point. So in such a way that we are visualizing like how we are building a light hose. Once we stimulate with the tip of the fingers, the phalanges, and then with Lao Kung, always the middle finger will touch the point that we have stimulated before. So now the light hose is up to this point, behind the solar plexus. Exhale. Rub to generate new energy, and you check just in front the sternum. This is called the back door of the heart temple. Actually, this is the point where the sexual energy, when it's arising, can get into the temple of the heart and generate what we call the organs of the heart. And the person could cry of joy because the sexual energy, the sexual arousal, reaches the point or the plexus of the love. This is the temple of the love, the heart temple. So we stimulate here, and with Lao Kung, make connection with the point that we stimulated before, so the light hose reaches this point now, the back of the sternum. And we give the order to keep climbing up this energy, send the energy to the ground, rub the hands. Now this is the vertebral, the seventh cervical vertebra. So we stimulate there with tip of the fingers, with phalanges. And then with Lao Kung, we make contact with the point before. So the person will feel like this light hose is reaching up this point. And then we send down the energy. Rub the hands with, this is the bird's peak. We stimulate what we call the jade pillow, because if you make the head upwards, you will feel like you have a pillow here. That's what is called the jade pillow. We give some stimulation like this, and then once we activate it, then just rub it in the sense of the clockwise. Remember, like if the clock is on the back. You say that the energy must go up, exhale, rub the hands again, and now I cover my own navel and then stimulate the governor 20, no, not yet. Remember that to find that point, it's on the tip of the ear. We connect with the other one, how to say, diadema?
Headband.
What?
A headband.
Like a headband, connecting one point with the other, and exactly in the meridian line, that's the point of the crown. It's the governor 20. So we give some stimulation with the bird's peak like this. So with intention that the energy that is above the head of the person can get into this, through this point, and create a lot of light in the crystal chamber. We visualize the inside of the head as a chamber, a crystal chamber, like there is a room made of quartz crystal, and get a lot of light that comes from the crown, from this point. So in a real situation, the person that is given the massage should turn, but if I do that, I will be giving my back to the camera. So in this occasion, I will ask Natalie to turn so you can keep seeing me in front of the camera. So now we rub the hands and make this position. If you close the fist and open just the index and the thumb, this is the scorpion hand. We put it on each side of the cerebellum. And we are going to start stimulation on the third eye, giving some little hits like this, with the sensation that we are like a hammer, laser hammer, trying to make a hole in this point in the third eye, so can get in contact with the crystal chamber. So light can get in and light can get out. When that light can come out, the person can have these visions, what we could say shamanic visions, or sights of what is happening in the field of the spirit. So now just make turns in the clockwise sense, like if I have, how do you say, the taladro, how do you say?
Drill.
Like if I have a drill, like if I have a laser drill making a hole here, zzz, that's the sensation. So the person will have the ability to see what is truth. And we send all negative energy that could be there down to the earth to be transformed. We rub the hands again, and usually, something that we need to do very careful is with both hands, scorpion hands, just for a second, I will try to lift the person from the seat and then release all the weight. So the person will feel like a big release, but be careful not to harm the person. It's just a second like this. It's very soft and just touching the inner part of the beginning of the nose. So inhale and exhale. It's just a second, so the person will feel like a weight is going away. Okay, now with this stimulation of the third eye, the person can have the sight of seeing or awakening these psychic powers of the what we call the seers, people who can see things that are not available to the eyes. But after doing that, we bring down to the earth the energy. And now, by doing the spade hand, we cover the navel, and then with the hand up, all the arm and the fingers like this, we feel that our arm is so big, so big, so big that goes beyond this planet and gets in contact with the sacred waters. Some waters that are so far beyond our planet. We feel that our armpit is covered, so the energy will not go out from the armpit. We feel our bones of our arm, like if they were from quartz crystal, with the stiffness of a diamond. That's how I feel our bones. And then we are going to start feeling a sensation like little ants, maybe, from the armpit to the elbow, and then from the elbow to the wrist, and then finally to the fingers. When we feel that like numb all our arm, it's full our bones of this energy coming from the holy waters. We stand in front in an exact distance that with my arms straight, I can, with 1 inch from the third eye, I will release all this energy that I have taken from the heaven, like this. Inhale, exhale, and make a small cross, even cross. And the person, if it's sensitive, will feel like kind of wind coming to the third eye. Once I feel that I release all the energy that I bring from the sacred waters, just before giving my own energy, I release all that energy to the ground. And now we can do this. Inhale, just by a second, with double hand of what we call scorpion hand, grabbing the back of the cerebellum in each side and the root of the nose, being very careful not to harm the person, but just 1 instant trying to lift the person from the seat like this. And then release all tension down to the earth to be transformed. Now we can make, with the same position of the hands, we can make the massage of the eyes. This is so relaxing, but it's very soft and gentle, like if we are touching some butterfly wings, so delicate. And when we give massage close to the nose, the middle of the ocular globe, and close to the ears. If you do 5 minutes of this eyes massage, the person will get into a very deep meditation state. It's very powerful, this. We're going to do it shorter because it's a demo. So once we do this, inhale, exhale. So you have two options here. You can keep putting the Laocoon on the crown, but we have noticed that it's very powerful to put the Laocoon now in the points that we already have activated. For example, here in the 7th cervical, and stimulating the throat in the clockwise sense, if the clock is in front now. If the person has been in excess of yang, probably have been insulted, or someone has not asking for forgiveness, or maybe the words have been making, so we can say, harm the soul of the person, diminishing the self-esteem. That's excess of yang. So, or could be excess of yin when the person has not been enough, has not have assertiveness, the ability to put limits in a loving way, to say no, and to honor that no. So that's assertiveness. So in either case, we can take energy, like putting Laocoon in front of our other Laocoon, and grabbing all that negative energy that could be there, like this. Inhale and exhale. That's why it's very by releasing all this negative energy, the person will feel like it's taking away a weight. Now the sternum, this point, and if we put it the other hand on the back, we create this biocircuit, and then stimulating the sternum, which is the door of the heart. We try to with the intention of cleansing any blockages, any crystallizations in the sternum that maybe the person has not been able to open the heart, because many people believe that opening the heart may be like a sign of weakness, while it's the opposite. It's the sign of greatness, opening the heart and acting according with our heart. That's why we say that our heart is our real teacher, our real master, is connecting with it. Master Chia says that when you connect with your heart, you connect with your soul and spirit and the heart of all beings. And there is compassion inside the heart of all beings. So we connect with that energy, powerful energy. Probably this will be the most important point to be stimulated. So you can spend here even a little bit more time than with the others. It depends on each case. But if you feel that the person needs it, you can stay more here, because it's so important to open the heart. So inhale and exhale. Rub our hands, and then we go to the solar plexus, just where the thoracic box ends, and here it's very soft. We connect with it, and remembering that this point is very related with the ¿cómo se llama el hígado?
The liver.
This point is connected with the liver, and probably with negative emotions such as anger, jealousy, a desire of control, sense of possession, that somebody belongs to you, or frustration. So we try to clean this point from all those negative emotions, which are teachers, as we say, because if I feel them, they want to teach me something in order to transform them into gentleness, gratitude. So inhale, exhale, we release. Now we go to the navel, and connect Lao Kun on the mid point and stimulate that point with the intention of that the person should not longer feel attachment to persons, to situations, to things. Instead of connecting the navel to in the horizontal plane, the idea is to connect in the vertical with the spiritual world, with the spiritual connection. So, with the intention of closing this connection with the attachment, we do enough. So, when we feel that is sealed, the navel, then exhale. If the person, if you are not a sexual partners, then that's the end of the session. We are going to stand in front and make the gratitude, as we are going to do it afterwards. And if you are a sexual partner, you have a sexual partner, you can stimulate also the conception point 2, which is above the pelvic bone. In how to find it? If you put both thumbs in horizontal line in the navel, and then you close the triangle and push above the pelvic bone, you can stimulate like that, and the hand on the sacrum and the finger on the coccyx. That creates a lot of energy to awaken as we say, the Kundalini energy. And once you stimulate that point, afterwards you can create the line between the perineum and the crown by asking the person just to stand in the position of embracing the tree and make the connection Lao Kun with perineum and Lao Kun with the crown. And just by breathing like that in the microcosmic orbit, it's very powerful and will help a lot of couples to cultivate the sexual, erotic energy, the loving energy, and the spiritual energy, all at the same time, in the same exercise. That's one of the blessings of this practice that can help to feed the three treasures, what we call the sexual, erotic arousal, the loving energy, and the connection with the spirit through the crystal chamber. So once we finish, we stand in front of the person and we say again, inhale light, exhale tension down to the earth, inhale health, exhale all kinds of sicknesses down to the earth to be transformed, inhale love, exhale gratitude, by filling our heart and its virtues, love to ourselves first in order to love others, gratitude, joy, happiness, and by doing that we contact with our soul and spirit. And my higher being is grateful to your higher being for allowing me the opportunity to help you to circulate the energy in your microcosmic orbit. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So you have the gratitude, and that's how this exercise is finished, passing the energy, helping someone to open the microcosmic orbit. Thank you.